Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Okay, it's Cody Strickland here. Gonna do some real talk. I'm gonna cut through all the BS because I don't like speaking BS. I like speaking the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, God. They say, talking about GM, General Motors, Government Motors, whatever you wanna call them. All right, they having a big issue with their. I kind of feel bad for them, and in a way, I'm like, it was meant to be. But they recalled 300. I'm just gonna round it about 350,000 units back. They called back the Chevrolets and the GMCs because their trucks are catching on fire at idle speed. So that being said, if you was to remote start your vehicle for about 10-15 minutes, you could go outside and your truck would be on fire, just because you're letting it warm up because it's cold outside. Your kid could be in there while you're running into the convenience store and it catch on fire. Yeah, so you could lose your kid if you buy a new Chevrolet. The reason, my opinion on why that happened, is because they produced them trucks way too fast and did not test them. The new F-150, which I'm going to do a video on it here shortly. New F-150's already, Ford's always, from what I was told, 8 to 10 years ahead of everybody when it comes to them coming out with their new trucks and all that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe, but I was told by Ford official that is what happens. A Ford engineer. You know, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Ford, is 8 to 10 years ahead of everybody. And that truck's already has, the 2015 bus already has 10 million miles on a couple of them units. 10 million miles, guys. That's a bunch of testing. Chevrolet don't do that. If that was the case, they wouldn't have 350 units getting called back because they're catching on fire. Put two and two together. Not only that, you're driving a government bailout vehicle that you're paying twice for. You either financing it and still paying on it, or you pay cash for it, so you pay double because they took your tax money to keep General Motors from going under and basically get wiped off the face of the earth unless somebody bought them out. Okay. That being said, if the government said no, we're not going to help you with the bailout, there would be no more Chevrolet. Okay. Y'all put two and two together. You're paying double for a GM vehicle, whether it's a Cadillac, Corvette, whatever. And speaking of that, how can you take government bailout money and build another supercar? They got a supercar. I can't remember exactly what the Cadillac is, but they got a super bad fast Cadillac SUV type deal. And they just come out with that new Stingray. Yeah, they done in the Camaro. Right after the bailout, the Camaro come out in '09, if I ain't mistaken, and that was with bailout money, because they say they paid them back, but no, because let me tell you, if they paid them back with all the money that they borrowed, they wouldn't be making no money. Okay, they can't just pay it all back in one lump sum like they claim they did. It's impossible, because excuse me, Chevy sales is plummeted. Okay, it's pretty bad when Dodge, the Ram trucks, are about to catch Chevrolet and GMC. Well, GMC don't sell that many trucks anyway. It's just more Chevys than GMC. Which is stupid because they're the exact same truck, but why pay more for just a GMC? A generic made Chevrolet is what it stands for, and I believe a Chevrolet will outrun a GMC. Personally, I like a Chevrolet's look better than a GMC anyway. But besides that, you're paying twice for the vehicle that you're driving. You drive your little Chevy Cruze around or whatever. Yeah, you didn't think about it, but my taxes, your taxes, everybody's taxes went towards that government bailout. So you're paying double for what you're driving. So why not switch? But yeah, it's pretty pitiful that Dodge is about to overtake Chevrolet in truck sales. But nobody will never. Well, I can't say never, because you're never supposed to say never. But it's going to be a while, if it ever happens, for somebody to take that title away from the F-150 or the F-Series trucks, being the number one selling truck on the market. But we have two bragging rights when it comes to Ford. We have the going 37 years straight with the F-Series truck being the number one selling truck. But we also have bragging rights to being the number one selling vehicle worldwide for 28 years straight. So beat that and rewind it back, because it ain't going to happen, okay? But yeah, a big screw up on Chevrolet's part. That recall is a big issue where their trucks are catching on fire because they produced them too much. And another thing, Chevy's sales went down because all the incentives they put on the 13s. Oh, you can get 12 grand off a sticker on a 13 Chevrolet or GMC. or $500 off on rebate on a 2014. Would you rather buy the 2014 with $500 off because you got the new body style and it's virtually the same motor and everything, or would you rather have 12 grand off on a brand new 13 that is basically the same thing as the 14 but just body style is different? That's it. Personally, I would have went with the 13 to save the money. Screw the 14 body style. Nah, you don't do that, brother. No. And then everybody jumped the gun and bought some of them new ones, and now they come to find out that they're catching on fire and killing people. Well, I don't know if they kill anybody, but it's potential that it could, because if anything goes electrical wrong, that let's see, say it shorts out your window locks, or you can't get out, or say the woman can't bust the window to get out, the doors won't open, because it catches fire and it burns your family up. You need to take that stuff into consideration when you rush through to build a new truck. And I'm going to get some haters on this, okay? And I'm not just hating on Chevrolet. Like I said in my videos, I like Chevy, I like Dodge, and I love Ford. They all American made. But when you jump the gun on something, the truth's got to come out a little at a time. Ain't that what Miranda Lambert said? I think. Yeah, you know. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And like I say, in all my videos, everything's man-made. Ford's man-made. Yeah, they got pros and cons. Everybody's got pros and cons. Everybody's got little hiccups here and there, but they get fixed. And Chevy's just got one big old hiccup, which shouldn't have been that big. Yeah, I can understand if it was maybe, let's say, out of all of them that they produced, maybe 200 and something of them had issues. But calling back 300 and something thousand units might not even be 350,000 units or 300,000. I know it's over 300,000 units, but regardless how many units that's a bunch of units to pull back because of fire hazards. No. That goes to show you, or it goes to show me, that when they do their torture test on the vehicles, they don't do them like everybody else, like Ford and Dodge does. Okay? Because if that's the case, they would have had a couple of them trucks sitting out there idling for hours and hours. And these trucks don't even have to idle for hours and hours when they catch on fire. They have to idle for minutes before they catch on fire. And it could possibly be seconds. So how safe could you feel driving something like that can catch? You never know. A fire might start in a certain spot and spark a right fuse or whatever, however you want to word it, and your truck literally blow up. It can happen, guys. It can happen. If it fries something that like your solenoids where you can't open and close your doors or whatever, your windows, and you can't bust them out, what you gonna do? You gonna sit up in there and you gonna burn, because I doubt the fire department to get that to you fast enough to put it all out. Because the fire starts down the right trail, it's gonna go, and you ain't gonna stop it. Okay. With that being said, Chevy needs to step their game up, because that's not good for consumers. You know. How you gonna sell a truck, a brand new truck that's may catch on fire as soon as they take it off the lot, and they go to the convenience store to get them a cup of coffee, and they come back out and a brand new truck's on fire? Oh yeah, I know they're gonna get reimbursed and all that bull crap, but why put people's lives in stake like that? That's ridiculous. Chevy, you need to step your game up. You really do, because that's pitiful. You took the bailout, then you build all these supercars with our taxpayers' monies, regardless of what you say in the news, because you gonna say stuff to make people believe everything that you say. But no, you won't change my mind. I know the truth. I know the facts, and that's why I'm coming out. Not really live, but that's why I'm doing my YouTube videos, to let people know what in the world's going on. And maybe they didn't put two and two together when I was talking about they paying for that vehicle twice. They paying with their tax money that's already bailed them out, and they paying for it, either they financed it or they pay cash for it. So you pay twice for your vehicle. Oh yeah, maybe you only contributed a couple $1,000 or a couple. You never know. You might have, with all your tax money, you never know. 10,000 of your dollars could have went towards the bailout. You don't know. But anyway, you're still paying twice, no matter if you put a cent down on there. If it took 1 cent of your tax money and put towards the bailout, you still paying for it. I mean, a penny ain't much, but a penny is a lot to some people. Have you ever heard the term pinching pennies? A lot of people's pinching pennies these days. Okay, gas is killing us. Obama ain't helping us out. It ain't because I don't like him because he's black, because that ain't it. A lot of people try to pull that race card with us white folks. No, it ain't all that. Now, some people might take it a little too far, calling him the N-word and all that, but no, it ain't that. He's a liar. Okay, what has he done that he said he was going to do? I know Bush might have messed up. I'll be honest with you, I like Bush. I liked his daddy, and I liked Reagan, and I liked Bill Clinton. Them pretty good presidents, and yeah, maybe he got some little hucklebuck, but this president that's in term now was supposed to take us out of this hucklebuck, and he ain't done nothing. But it's all right. He can fire up a jet for 40 grand just to get him a pizza from Chicago. That's 40 grand of our taxpayers' money, and we still got this dumbass in the office. We gonna pay 40 grand for a damn pizza, and y'all people kept him in there, and y'all voted for him. And when people are embarrassed to tell you who they voted for. Like, I'll go ask, I say, who you vote for? They won't ever tell you because they know who they voted for. I know who they voted for, and it was a big mistake. A president's gonna spend 40 grand plus just to fly in a pizza from Chicago, and that's pretty shit. And us folks down here trying to barely make it on the ends meet, you know, pinching pennies, paying $4 a gallon for gas. Which back when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, where I could go, let's say, fill up my full over $5 worth of gas. I mean, come on. There was the good old days when we can go down to the river and take the jet skis and take 2 5-gallon gas cans after filling up the jet skis and ride from sun up to sundown. You can't do that no more. Diesel is a byproduct of gasoline, and I understand there may be a little less diesel than gas, but diesel shouldn't be as high as it is. Think about all the truck drivers that move us around, move our food from point A to point B. They go on strike all the time because the government's screwing us over big time. And that's sad that they don't care about the American people, but they care about their people that's in the office and stuff like that. They'll probably watch over them like guardian angels, but people like us, the middle class or the poor folk, nah, they wouldn't piss on us if it was on fire. And I'm gonna tell you, technology in some ways are great, but technology will ruin this earth. You mark my word on that. That's all I got to say about that. Chevrolet, you need to step up your game.